Welcome. Now, I'm back on the line again with this, with the BBC thing. I just can't let this go because another question came up, and I'm just to let you know I'm going to be doing the same. I won't be staring at the screen. I'm going to have to read stuff to you. So here we go. First of all, I was interested in how many households are in the UK, and providing everybody has a television set, computer, tablet, whatever, to watch TV on, means these people would need a licence fee. Okay? So, according to Google, 28.2 million households in the UK. Okay? So, you're like, right, out of 20, what was it, 20, fuck, I've just lost it. Out of 28.2 million households, right, how many people are not now paying for a TV licence? Because they said that this year, or last year up to this year, it was just 400,000 people. Now that got me thinking, surely that's a small figure considering there's 28 million households, only 400,000. That's less than 500,000, okay, to put that into perspective, right? And considering that the BBC in 2023, they generated a licence fee income of 3.74 billion. Yes, the letter B. What do we want to look at? £1 billion. 3.74. I brought this up in one of my other videos about this humongous growth in money that the BBC cannot perform a channel on. But I asked myself a question, and it's one that, although I've had a fantastic amount of feedback on my last video there from people saying that they're no longer paying the fee. They've had enough of this. It's an out of date taxing system, and that's what got me thinking. Why is there only there's not even 3 million people according to the stats? So 2.8 million people no longer or not subscribing. I don't think they use the word evading anymore now because kind of get them into a bit of hot water. But when I think, the one question that has been sticking in my mind is, okay, so if you to watch live TV, okay, so in other words, not just BBC here, ITV, Channel 4, Channel 5, anything, Sky TV, all that, you can put anything into this shebang here. To watch any of that, okay, you need to have a TV licence. So, here's my burning question. How much money do you think that all these TV channels receive? How much funding do they get from the TV licensing fee? Well, I might actually beg to believe and differ, but these people don't receive anything, right? So ITV, Channel 4, Channel 5, Sky, none of these people get a single penny of the TV licensing fee. So if that's the case, why do we need a TV licence? Because if the TV licensing fee isn't funding any of these other channels, then why can't we watch them? So again, there's another question now which surely shows how outdated that the TV licence is. I mean, There's loads of questions. Can I refuse to pay for a TV license? Fuck, I've just had it, and there you go. Can I refuse to pay my TV license? So the answer that they've come up with for the BBC, well, we'll not call it the BBC, it's actually TV licensing, okay? So TV licensing are saying, if you don't pay for your TV licence, we will only prosecute as a last resort. You may be offered an alternative to prosecution first, such as setting up a payment plan. If this is an option for you, we'll confirm this in writing. So, really, I've asked this question, right? Why do I need a TV licence to watch another channel when they're not getting funded by the TV licensing authority? The money's just all going to BBC. Well, sorry, I think it was 85%. Actually, you can go to the House of Commons library. I've even covered this one off before, actually, which is the Commons. Oh, fuck, wing in now. Commons library.parliament.uk. That's the address for that. You might go over it, but I mean, to be honest with you, just Google TV licence statistics, right, and it'll come up with the House of Commons library. You can actually download the free report, and there's some interesting stats onto that, which, well, when you can go into it, like, but I mean, again, this isn't really up to date as such in the fact. Well, there you go. TV licence fee revenues. It's saying that in 2021 to 22. So we're now 22-23. So they're nearly there, but they're a year behind. To be fair, I suppose we're still into 2023 just now, even though we're at the end of December. But the licence fee was £3.8 billion, which was higher than the 2011-2012 fee. So that's in a 10-year gap. In 10 years, people are walking away from paying for the licence fee because, like me, I don't watch live TV. I certainly don't need to watch anything on BBC. And although I watch catch-up TV to watch my stuff, I'm not even interested in BBC iPlayer because they just actually show the same shite that's on the BBC anyway, so I would never watch that. But when you look at the fees, right, going back to 2011-2012, right, that was 3.02 billion, 0.02, 200,000. It's not really fucking pocket money, but that means in the last 10 years though, right, that they have accumulated over 30 million billion. I think if that is a word, but basically 3.02 was the lowest figure that in the last 10 years. Every year it's increased, so the following year it was 3.06, 3.12, stayed flat actually for 3 years, 3.12, 3.12, 2016, 2017 then it went 3.16, next year was 3.17, and then the next year was 3.21, and here's an interesting fact, 3.25 billion in 2019-2020. Now, for some reason or another, these figures do not include the licences for over 75s, in which the DWP, that's the Department of Work and Pensions, they funded the full cost of this. Okay. Now, in 2020-21, I'm sure that was the year that they took away the funding. So in other words, if you were over 75, you had to meet certain criteria and be on certain benefits to obtain a free TV license. Okay, so the next figure, so in 2019-2020, okay, TV licensing got 3.25 billion. All right. In 2020 to 21, sorry, in the first year that the DWP, you would think that was £250 million. Okay, it's £250 million. So that would take, if you add that figure in, that would actually be 3.5 then. Okay, they actually made 3.75 billion. 2021 to 2022 they made 3.8 billion, and this year, well, they'll either make 3.85 or 3.9 billion, I would think, this year. But as you can see, that this outdated taxing on the public is not far short now of going to be to hit 4 billion. £4 billion in revenue for something that is so outdated and antiquated. When you go to the list of BBC high earners, oh wow. So, I think I maybe shut that in down. Fuck. I can open it up again anyway. So, the BBC high earners, again, was... what was his name? The boy that does the Tatty Crisps, Gary Lineker. That's him, right? So he again has ended up for X amount of years running, okay. And when you look at the full list, so you need to go to the BBC website for this, okay. Gary Lineker earned 1.35 million. Okay. Yes, I know, he's worth every penny of that. Right. Number 2 was Zoe Ball. She earned 980,000. So she's actually just under a million. Okay. So the next one is Alan Shearer. Right. So Alan Shearer, excuse me, he actually got 445 to £449,999. Okay, that's how much he earned. All right. Now, when you think about it, Alan Shearer's not even getting $500,000, and yet Wingnut, he gets 1.35. Now, surely you would think Alan Shearer has got as much knowledge about football as what Gary Lineker's got. How is he paid such little money? Now, it shows you how out of date this actually, because believe it or no, in 5th place, the 5th highest earner for the BBC in 2022 to 2023 was Hugh Edwards. Now, I think Hugh's no longer with the BBC for specific reasons, which is funny now, because you never hear any of this on the news. What happened? What was his sentence? What did he get fined for, done for, or... And there's other people, you come further down the road, I've never heard of Lorne Laverne, right? BB6 Music Breakfast Show and Radio 4's Desert Island Disc. How many fucking radio channels does the BBC actually need? Really? Radios? BBC 6? BBC 6 must be a channel. Alright, okay. And Radio 6, Radio 4. God. Honestly, you can see what's happening and why they need so much money, because between the high earners and the amount of channels that they're trying to run, so you've got people like, say, Channel 4, for instance. Channel 4 is a new channel that's self-funded. They don't get a single penny of revenue and yet they can put out much, much better content than the BBC. Channel 5 could even put out much better content than the BBC. So, why? But, let's bounce back to my original burning question. Why do we need a TV licence to watch live TV on other channels that do not require, do not get any funding from your TV licence fee? So surely, if the TV licence fee isn't paying for these channels, why aren't these channels put into the same category as catch up? You know, it's just it just shows you how outdated and how out of touch they are in the BBC and in the land of TV licensing. So, but let me think what your views are on that one. Hopefully somebody can also point me in the right direction to laws and legislation, but I just thought I would just throw that one out there. You never know. So, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and hey, here's to the next one. I'll say there.